What's up, everybody? Sygnosa here. Welcome back yet to another video. Today is Tuesday, and you guys know what time it is. Yes, it is the video you guys all have been waiting for. I am going to be answering your questions today. For some of those that are new to the channel, if you guys don't already subscribe, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and hey, everybody, leave a comment. If you don't have anything to say, just drop an emoji for engagement. And without further ado, let's start talking about what we gonna do. We got our coffee right over here. I'm gonna be answering some questions today. Many of you guys have had concerns for the past like 5 to 6 months. Some of you just last month. In the recent weeks, I just been getting questions about that previous video that we did, which if you guys have not watched, before you watch this video, and I repeat, before you guys watch this video, make sure you guys check out this video that's going to be right here. It's going to be right here in the middle of the video. Just make sure you guys go check that out. It's going to be linked down below in the description, and it's also going to be linked on one of the cards somewhere up here on the screen, either up here or up here. But anyways, with those questions you guys had and those concerns, I've been paying attention to it. I pretty much tallied all of them up. I might not get to everybody's questions here, but if you guys do have additional questions after this, make sure that you guys drop it down below in the comments, and I will definitely make another video answering those questions for you guys if you guys would like to do that as well. Now, without further ado, let's get into those questions. Let's help you guys out and let's do it. All right, now to start off, we're going to start off with Legion X5. The first question he asked, hey man, my Go XLR and my Astro mix amp are not linking up somehow. Like I cannot use the dials on my Astro mix amp or use my presets on there. Do you know what I am doing wrong? Legion, my guy, you aren't doing anything wrong. Now to answer Legion's questions, and for some of you who may be encountering the same issues, I'm going to post up what he's referring to specifically is the Astro A40 mix amp, which I'm going to put up on the screen right here as a picture for you guys so you guys can follow along. And this doesn't only apply to that headset. This applies to any other headset that you may have that has either a mix amp or transmitter that you're connecting into the Go XLR. So Steel Series, Razors, Astro, doesn't matter what you have. If it has one of those mix amps that you control volume or that, you know, makes it wireless and you're connecting it to the Go XLR, it will be the same concept. So what essentially this mixer, Legion, you can kind of like forget about the dials because they practically become useless at this point. Once you connect any of the mixers over to the Go XLR, you're surrendering full control over to the Go XLR, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Now, instead of it being two mixers together, everything gets mixed and routed through your Go XLR, which you'll have control if you decide to stream, do YouTube videos, pretty much anything that you want to do with that. You have full control now at the knobs of your Go XLR. And so you may be asking yourself, what happens to the mixer that came with your headset? So that mixer, its job is basically now to pretty much transmit the signal from whatever you have that device connected to. So if you have your headset connected to your PlayStation, Xbox, I don't know, any other device you might have it connected to, that mixer that came with the headset is just grabbing that signal, translating it over to your Go XLR, and after routing that signal over to your Go XLR, now you have full control on the Go XLR over that pretty much audio file. So, you know, hopefully that answers your question. If you still have more, like a deeper question to elaborate on after this, you can drop the comment down below in the description. You can drop the comment down below under the video, and then I'll make up a follow-up video to answer any questions that you guys may have. This applies to any other questions that I'm answering along the video. Same thing. Hopefully that helps you, Legion. But yeah. So now the next question is by the Elite 140. He said, great video. Do you know if there's any update video on this for the next gen console? So he's referring to the past video that I told you guys to make sure you guys watch first. And he's referring to next gen consoles. So pretty much a lot of people have been asking around, how do you connect your Go XLR and you know, if you have a mixer, like for example, your Astros or Steel Series, because a lot of those transmitters for those gaming headsets have what's called an optical cable connection, which is, you know, that cable that has like the little red light, and you would usually connect it. We used to connect it to the back of the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, but what happened with the next gen consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox One do not have any optical port. So now there is a workaround around that. Now, how do we do that? So I don't have the adapter with me anymore because we ended up giving it away to a friend that needed it. But pretty much, I'm gonna post, if you guys don't shop through Best Buy, you guys want to do it through like Amazon or anything, I'll leave those links down below as well, so you guys can pick it up in a multitude of areas that you would like. But pretty much what you have to get now, in particular, a lot of people were asking me for Astro headsets, but if you don't have, you can use this Astro adapter for other headsets as well. Even though it's Astro branded, it'll still work completely the same. But if you want to get like any HDMI converter, I'll leave an alternative one that's on Amazon if you don't want to use the Astro one. But the Astro one is actually really high quality. I've been using Astro products for a while, so I can back them up when it comes to that. Now, what you do want to get is an adapter that's like this. It's this one is called the Astro Gaming 1 HDMI female adapter. They usually around $40. There's some that are a little more expensive, but I'm gonna click into it just to show you guys, because here in the picture I can actually explain to you guys what exactly is going on and what you need to do. So the adapter is gonna look like this, pretty much fairly out the box. It's gonna have an HDMI in. On the other side, it's gonna have an HDMI out, SPDIF, which is where you would usually connect your optical cable to, and then DC 5 volt, which is what's going to power this device. So this DC 5 volt, you can either plug it into an outlet, you could plug it into the console itself. When I did test the adapter, I just connected it into the USB port on the PS5, and it actually gave it sufficient power to pretty much turn on the device. Now, where it says HDMI input, this is where you're going to connect your PlayStation 5, the HDMI cord that's connected to the back of your PlayStation 5 into this port. And same thing with the Xbox. Whatever HDMI port is going either from your Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, any device that you're trying to get signal to your headset through, you'll put it through the input. Now, you'll notice, remember I said on the other side you have an output. So the output, you want to put an HDMI cable going out to your monitor. So your monitor, TV, wherever it is that you're going to be playing on, whatever, etc. Cool. Now, the SPIDIF, that's where you would connect your optical cable to, and then from there, that would route over to your Go XLR. Pretty much, your Go XLR on the back has an optical port, and that's where you would connect that SPDIF port all the way into that Go XLR. So I actually have a picture of the Go XLR as well here, so you guys can see the port on the Go XLR, where it goes, and you'll connect it through there. Now, what that's doing at that point, now not only are you getting visuals on the screen when you're playing your game because of the HDMI in and output, but the optical cable is grabbing that signal, that audio signal, and bringing it over to your Go XLR. So at that point, now you can just go on your Go XLR, raise up the slider, and you'll be able to hear your game right on your headsets as if you had it connected directly onto your PlayStation or Xbox or Switch, whatever it is that you want to do. And that resolves the whole issue around not having any ports for next gen consoles. So hopefully this answered your question, and now let's move on to the next question, guys. All right, so now moving on, we're going into a little bit more depth of the Go XLR questions. Before I start and show you guys certain things around the Go XLR, because these next questions are very specific to the Go XLR on the computer, I'm going to put up a picture right here of a Twitter post that TC Helicon made, and something I was going to tell you guys anyway, but this also pretty much backs it up so you guys can know. When you're connecting your Go XLR to the computer, make sure to not use a USB 3 converter, because it contributes to increased latency, and it affects obviously the audio quality, and it also affects the stream. So for some of you guys that have said that when you guys are streaming, because I've heard this before, if you guys are streaming or recording videos, the game audio will be skipping here. It'll be disconnecting. It sounds like somebody's like cutting the wire to your headset and reconnecting it back in. Unplugging it, it gets really staticky. The game cuts in and out. Your teammates cut in and out. That is the reason why. And I had to figure that out myself the hard way, because I dealt here where I was sitting here for like an hour, like figuring out, is my Go XLR wrong? Is my headsets wrong? Nothing is wrong with your Go XLR. Nothing is wrong with your headsets. The issue is the port that you're connecting it on the back of your PC. The Go XLR runs off a pretty much USB 2.0 interface. So if you connect it to any USB 3.0 port, which is the faster port, the Go XLR doesn't behave correctly with that port, and what it results doing is just it cuts out your audio quality. You're not able to hear anything, and it's very frustrating for whoever is dealing with it, and you're just there like not knowing what the heck is going on, and it creates a very bad experience. So just make sure that you guys are connecting it to the correct port on the back of the PC to prevent yourself from having any audio issues, latency issues, or the Go XLR sounding like it's not loud enough for anything like that, because it creates a crazy amount of issues. So just make sure it's connected to the right port. I just wanted to clarify that before I move on to the next question. The next question is from Uncultured Steve. It says, is your music going through your mic? Because I'm having an issue where my mic is going through where my music is going through my mic, and people in Discord can hear it clear as day. So I got the perfect resolution for pretty much this, my friend. Uncultured Steve, you have an issue with your routing table over on your computer, and this goes for anybody else that's having the same issue. I'm going to show you guys how to resolve this right now, and how important it is for you guys to pay attention to this tab when you set up your Go XLR or you're doing anything with your Go XLR. So let's go over to the computer. So over here, you guys should definitely have your Go XLR open. Make sure you guys open the app. Come on. Well, now it doesn't want to show, because it's already open. So you guys want to make sure you guys have the app open. Now, I'm not going to go over any mic settings. I'm not going to go over any of the mixer and all of this, because I went over it in the other video. So if you guys haven't checked those videos out, that's why I said go check those out first, so you guys can get more in depth, because this is not a whole tutorial about just the how to set up the Go XLR. I definitely spoke about profiles as well, so you guys can get some insight when it comes to that. Your issue, my friend, is over by the routing table. So right here, you see where it says mic, chat, music, and all of that. So you see, notice how I have everything unchecked where it says chat microphone. So this is something I slightly explained. I might not have made it clear enough in the previous video, but when you have for mic, you want to have chat mic selected, because that is what I'm speaking through. But when it comes to music, when it comes to game console and all of that, if you have chat mic selected, what the Go XLR is going to do is pretty much route that audio through this bad boy right here. It's going to route it right through this microphone, and that is what you don't want. For example, you see, if I'm playing with some friends and I'm playing and we're talking over on Discord, and I go ahead and I turn on system and I hit chat mic on system, guess what's going to happen? The Go XLR is going to play everything that comes out of my computer. It's pretty much going to throw it on to their ear, so they're going to be able to hear everything. So if I have a video playing in the background, if I have my game audio because we're playing some Apex, if I'm playing some music like through the system setting, which I'm gonna get into that question next, then they're gonna hear everything. They're gonna hear everything that goes on my computer, notifications and everything, just because I have that checked off. So you want to make sure that the only time I would check any of these is if you, let's say, you're playing with some of your homies, you're playing with some of your girls, and you want them to hear something that's going on your computer. Maybe you're watching a funny video and it has a funny audio and you want them to hear it. You'll check that off right there, boom, and now everybody that's in whatever Discord or chat that you're on with will be able to hear that audio from your computer. Same thing goes for music. If you're listening to music and you have chat mic checked, chances are they're gonna hear all your music and they're gonna get very annoyed at you. If you have game, same thing. Console, like imagine me playing a game and then like you have system checked or game checked, and then now I'm like hearing all your shots while I'm hearing my shots, and I'm confused as to where the teammates are coming. It can create a frustrating experience. So this routing section is very important for you guys to pay attention to how you have it. For the most part, the only thing I have checked in is sample, so that way anytime I do a beeping or like any sample with the Go XLR, especially if you have the large Go XLR that has the sample side, you have this checked in, so when you do those cool effects while you're streaming or doing videos, your teammates can hear that as well, and you can make them laugh. But other than that, everything else except for mic and like samples should be unchecked when it comes to the chat mic. And the same concept, by the way, follows for any of these other outputs. Headsets, broadcast, line mix, anything that you uncheck will stop the audio from going through that specific source. If you check it, that audio will route through there. Hopefully that answered your questions, and let's move on to the next question. Now, the next question is coming from the Blazing Llama 3 days ago. He said, I still have the issue that music from Spotify plays through my system sound and my music, and not on my music. I guess that's what he meant to say. I don't know why, and I'm trying like everything now, but I can't find the issue to fix it. Any ideas? yes, I actually have your fix. So unfortunately, Windows, whether you're on Windows 10 or 11, it has bugs. We all know that. So unfortunately, this that I'm going to show you, you might have to do it a couple of times whenever it presents you with that issue, because Windows kind of just always likes to reset stuff around. And I've said it so many times, like I've said it over and over and over again, and sometimes like it'll stay on there for like 3 days and then it'll reset back. But I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it, and this is going to be pretty much all in your settings. So obviously I already spoke about the routing and this, making sure that this is correct for yourself. But let me open up Spotify just so pretty much to show you something. So let's say you're using Spotify for your music. I'm gonna hit play. This is pretty much Stream Beats by Harris Heller. Right now it's playing out of my music tab, so you guys can hear that it's playing. I hope you guys can hear that. I'm gonna raise the volume just so you can hear it. So you guys can hear that that's playing out of my music slider on the Go XLR, and I'm gonna show you how I did that. So I hit play and then you pause it. That goes for whatever source you're trying to do, whether it be Chrome, whether it be Spotify, if you're using Apple Music, any source that you're trying to route through your Go XLR, you do the same process. You can hit play real quick, hit pause, so that it can show up as one of the sources on your computer. So you're gonna go to your settings, same thing as on Windows 10. You're gonna go to where it says sound. Now on Windows 10 it's gonna look a little different. You're still gonna have system and all of this, but you want to make sure where your output is right over here, that it pretty much shows system. Well, I'll leave it smaller. That it shows system, because that's where all your computer audio goes through, your system knob. Now, when it comes to input, you want to make sure that input has chat mic. So that's pretty much anything that you speak through your microphone right over here is going to be routed through there. That's your default pretty much place to speak. So if you're playing in game or anything and the game doesn't give you an option to choose what your input and output are, your computer's automatically going to be like, hey, you set this to your default, so we're going to use that right there. Now, when you go over to the advanced tab, or on Windows 11, I think it's advanced sound settings, this is where you want to make sure that you select the proper things that are going to be outputted. So over here, there's output and input. If it doesn't look like this on Windows 10, you want to make sure you go to the sound control panel, because you'll basically be able to set your defaults from there, and you want it to be like this. So advanced, what's going to be important about this is you want to go to where it says volume mixer right over here. So you'll see my output device is system, my input device is chat mic, and this down here is where you pretty much will get into the nitty gritty controls of your audio. So as you can see, Spotify showed up here. It wasn't there before until I hit play and then paused it, so it becomes one of the audio sources. You want to hit this little arrow down here, and you'll notice it says output device music TC Helicon Go XLR. So you want to make sure, but usually it's on default. Usually it's on default, or it'll be on some random other thing. You want to make sure that it is on music, the music slider that you're going to use. And obviously I have this third slider set to music, so obviously it's there, that's it. But if you guys want to put it whatever you want, I covered that on the previous video, but you want to set that to music. That's it. You don't have to touch anything else. You set that to music. So now whenever I'm playing music out of here, it is set to go up on the Go XLR. I'll have it right here. And that's pretty much it. That's literally pretty much it. That's what's gonna go. And that is the same concept. Let's say I had a tab on Chromebook, like I'm playing a YouTube video. Once I start playing a video or something on Chrome, and Chrome is gonna show up right here. And what I want to do with that is go right under Chrome, same concept I did here. Like you can do it for anything. Let's say I'm actually gonna do it on one of these. You'll hit here, and then let's say I want to set Google Chrome to system only. Then I'll go and hit system or hit headphones, whatever it is that you pretty much want to do. And yeah, that's it. Now this sometimes goes back to default. Like I told you, Windows is a little bit stupid and it just bugs out and it'll reset it. But that's pretty much the general fix. Anytime that happens, just whatever you're trying to play music from, play, pause, go into your sound mixer here, go here, switch it to music, and you're all set to go. Boom. Now answering the next question, it's by Retro Quinn. Great video, bro. I may have to go back and look at your video again. Okay, he wanted to ask, I use a wired headset, so do I keep that plugged into my PC as normal, or do I plug it into the headset jack on the Go XLR. So to answer that first question, you want to make sure you keep it connected to the headphone jack on the Go XLR, because that's where you're going to get all your audio, not the PC. Second question is regarding my USB wired speakers. Sometimes I listen to audio through my speakers, so when I get ready to do that, can I just switch the audio on the computer to my speaker like I normally do, or is there something different I will have to do? You pretty much answered the question yourself, brother. Just to show you here on screen real quick, anytime I do have speakers, so sometimes I don't have my headsets on and I'm not listening to videos, or don't want to listen to it through my headset. So you just have to make sure here on the bottom right of your computer, whether you're using Windows 10, 11, it's the same thing. You have like all your volumes, or you see how right now I have it on system, so everything that goes onto the computer, I'll hear it through the headset. All you want to do is make sure that you select your speakers. Where are my speakers? Well, I select the monitor because I have my speakers connected to the monitor. So once I select that and the audio goes through the monitor, it just goes directly into my speakers. But if you have your speakers connected directly into your PC, it will just show if there are speakers. You click on the speaker name like so, and all the audio will go through your speakers as so. So you don't have to worry about it. That's pretty much it. All right, next question is by Et Merci Mati. I don't know if I pronounced that. I'm guessing it's French. Je parle un petit peu. All right. So he says, Sygnosa, dude, how do I adjust the sound of the Astro, like to play Warzone while it's plugged into the Go XLR? So I'm going to show you real quick with Apex real quick right here on the screen. Don't at me. I also play Warzone. But just to show you, from what you're referring to, you can... pretty much, I don't know if you're playing on PC or if you're playing on console. If you're playing on console, you can adjust some of the audio on the console level itself, and then finish, controlling like your volume to your headset through the Go XLR. But if you're playing on like PC, how I'm about to show you right here, you can go into your settings. This goes for Warzone, this goes for Apex, this goes for any game. Some games obviously give you more option in controlling the audio, like Fortnite. They give you like, you can control it however you want. Here in Apex, they only give you voice chat input device. So I switched the voice chat input device to chat mic. So anything I speak through here, my teammates, when I'm in game chat, they can pretty much hear me. Now on Warzone, they do have an input tab and they also have an output. So what you would do is you want your input to be the chat mic, and then you want your output on the game to be chat, pretty much the output to the audio. That's what you do, because each game has like different controls. If you're on like PlayStation or Xbox, and you're talking through a party chat, you can just, if you follow the videos that I did, the previous 2 videos that I did, you pretty much could speak just through your microphone and they should be able to hear you fine, as long as you have your settings adjusted correctly on the PlayStation, to make sure that it's grabbing the audio correctly from here, which also I'm pretty sure I covered in the video. If I didn't, let me know in the comments, and I'll have a video covering the proper settings to put for the PlayStation and the Xbox to get your microphone to route correctly into your system. And then from there, you're fine. If you're using game chat, it's the same concept that I told you. Because I know on the PlayStations and Xbox, you can't really customize this so much, but on PC, every game has this, so it makes it a little bit easier, but there's still a workaround for the consoles. So let me know which one you need it for. Hopefully this was able to give you some type of insight, but from there, you pretty much can control the volume and anything. And I know you guys see my Apex screen here. We're going to be doing a lot of Apex gameplay here, so stay tuned. We have some stuff in the bag for this, and maybe when I'm streaming on a weekly basis on stream day, we might be able to play with some of you guys, and you guys can hop on stream with us to play some Apex, But yeah, let's move on to the next question. All right, and we're getting to the end of the video. Answering the last question is from Reina. Hi, thanks for the video. No problem, homie. I got also everything to work, but I have a double mic audio happening. The double mic audio goes away when I turn off system sound. I feel like I followed everything you said. Any hint, much appreciated. So, Reina, similar to what I told Uncultured Steve earlier, you want to make sure, obviously, your settings here on the volume mixer and all of that are correct, because that that could contribute. So you see a little bit of what I told, what I spoke about and just a second ago over on Apex, how you can control like the audio. First of all, make sure that in your games you don't have game chat on at the same time that you're talking through like Discord or anything, because then obviously they're going to be hearing you through game chat and also through Discord or wherever else you're communicating on, and it's just going to double lap your audio. Second of all, you want to make sure that everything on your routing table is kind of like correct. Kind of like I mentioned, you want to make sure that things that don't need to be checked on aren't checked on. So, you know, especially this down here, if you have anything here, like for example, you see the reason it doesn't let you check chat right here is because then your chat is going to be hearing themselves over and over again. But you want to make sure that you don't have your audio going through any other source like music, game, or system. You know, like maybe you're playing, you're routing your game audio through like system, but then you have game chat on, and then you have system checked in, because then now you have like double audio happening, you have echoing happening. There's so many things that can go wrong, and you know, all the issues to everybody are unique, because they might have like there's so many categories that it can fall incorrectly. You know, it could be either you have your game routed incorrectly, you have your voice routed incorrectly, it could be a setting on your computer. But you know, take the snippets of everything that I went over at the beginning of the video, like I answered on everybody's questions, a little bit of each, and see if you can come up with a resolution to your issue. But I definitely do think is an issue in regards to your routing section, and if you pretty much make sure that your routing is correct, you shouldn't have any echo or double, you know, voice or any type of weird glitch that's going through like your microphone or anything like that. It used to happen to me where I had the double mic and everything, and I just had to make sure, the only thing that fixed it was making sure that my routing was good, and that when I'm playing games or I'm playing anything, whether it be PlayStation, Xbox, or anything, that all my audio sources and settings were correct. Because, you know, if they're routing to the wrong area, it's just gonna mess everything up. So hopefully that helps you a little bit with that, Reina. And yeah, well, anyways, YouTube, hopefully this was insightful for some of you guys. Hope I was able to instill some value. I answered all of your questions in the way that you guys wanted it desired. This brings us to the end of the video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and what I told you, drop an emoji if you guys want to bring up the engagement on the video. And stay tuned for our next video, because we have some Apex gameplay coming up, and we're gonna see if we're trying to get a consistent schedule for streaming and all of the things. We have a lot of things coming onto the channel, so if you guys aren't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell icon to stay up to date to when I'm gonna post my next video. And without further ado, YouTube, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.